Good, just afternoon. It's December the 5th. Rather unusually, I'm going downtown for a second time this week. I have some pills to pick up again at the drugstore, so I'm going to go down to lunch again. And there's a little bit of fresh snow, and there's still a lot of hoarfrost around, so it should be a pretty walk. When I get back, I'll have to see about clearing my sidewalk again. Sorry, just being careful as I cross the street because I can't really see it under the fresh snow. And that's the icy part, is the streets. There's our crescent, looking very winter wonderland-y here. I was, of course, busy doing publishing stuff this morning, writing stuff. I have another book coming up from Shadowpaw Press called Backwater Mystic Blues. I got the cover finalized, I think, this morning. It's another collection of essays by Lloyd Ratzlaff, who wrote The Crow Who Tampered with Time, which is the most recent book I put out, so I'm kind of getting one out after the other to make it a kind of a set. I worked on that, and I did some background work for the nonfiction book I'm writing. The one that will gather writing advice from some of the people I've interviewed through my podcast, The World Shapers. Speaking of which, there'll be a new one of those this weekend. So, it's the new year, and new things are happening, except they're the same old things. Hello, whoever's saying hello, I can't quite read it. You're new, I guess? Hi. Had to point it at a tree trunk there so I could read it against the white. Because it's very, very white today. Not too cold though, it's about minus 12 Celsius, which isn't too bad. The biggest risk here is that there's no contrast at the moment on the ground, so I can't tell what's rough, what's smooth, what's icy. The sidewalk's just one sheet of white with very little contrast. Oh, they've got roof beams up now. I don't think those were there last time I walked by on Tuesday, so they've been busy. Coming along. It is a big house. Bigger than the one that was there, which was only one story. The one that was there was actually historic, but just in too bad a shape. It wasn't saved. And my path, as usual, will depend on how I get across Albert Street. It's very pretty today. No blue sky, like we had yesterday with the hoarfrost. So everything's in that kind of almost black and white. Not monochrome, but duochrome, I guess, appearance. You get a no enter sometimes, except for the bright red stop sign there. Now, there was some nasty ice along here yesterday. So look down College Avenue. Ooh, this tree's pretty, look at that. There was fog. That's why we've got the hoarfrost. Yeah, there's some nasty ice along here, so I'll be careful. I think it's even prettier than yesterday. I think there's even more hoarfrost than yesterday. I mean, yesterday was pretty because of the blue sky, but I kind of like this all white look as well. Everything's got frost. I think I'll cross here today. Since it's taken me a few minutes and it's been green all that time, it should change before too long. Oh, perfect timing actually. Didn't have to wait. So we're going down College this time to start with, since I crossed here. Also looking pretty in the hoarfrost. See, the Royal Saskatchewan Museum is over there. I wasn't really expecting snow today. I don't remember them having it in the forecast, but here it is. Either way, it's been a bit of salt on this one. We will. I think I'll stick to College Avenue, despite the traffic. The trees are so pretty. Lunch hour traffic, so it's a little bit heavier than usual along here. And that's where the Regina Symphony Orchestra hangs out. Is there a way through there? I think there might be. Let's go this way. Because I've never walked through here before. But clearly there's a path. To the alley here. An extension on the back of that old house. Very modern. It's been offices for a long time. A very badly cleared sidewalk here in front of these businesses and houses, which should be responsible for keeping it clear according to the bylaw. Oh, very heavy hoarfrost there. Some trees seem to, maybe the angle of their branches or something, will attract more hoarfrost than others. My impression, anyway. The little sort of willowy things there that are turned into little snow humps. Fireside Bistro restaurant over there in that corner in that old house. cross here if nobody's coming. Looks like we got a break. Cinnabury Gallery here is a very fine gallery that we've bought stuff from and been to a lot of show openings and all that kind of thing. We know the people who own it quite well. Get a lot of framing done there when we have framing to be done. Condo building here. Built by this, kind of the first one in this neighborhood, built by the developer that built the one we ended up buying in when we first got married. So we visited somebody in here just to see what it was like and liked it a lot. And it's one reason we decided to buy the one we bought. Hello, Stefan. That's the way I pronounce it anyway. Might be Stephen, but it looks like a Stefan with the F in the middle, although it's only one F. So, we could debate how that should be pronounced. Kind of wish I put my hood up. My toque rides up on my ears, so the bottom of my ears keep getting exposed. Oh, somebody from Facebook. Bruce. Hello. Yes, it is crunchy snow. Stefan works, okay. City Hall up there, through the trees. Coming, so I'll go ahead and cross here. I think I'll go up this way today for no particular reason. It's all kind of random. Riplinger Fine Art Gallery, as I mentioned before. Gift shop, art, and a cafe called Henry's because it's Henry Riplinger who gave the place its name and built it. It's really 3 or 4 old houses that have all been joined together to make the gallery. Long-standing business. Probably very busy at Christmas, although we didn't go in there for any reason this time. FedEx in front, and Save on Foods next. They both delivering to the seniors' home here. Or retirement, not really a senior's home, but I think it's like retirement condos or something. No sun today, no. Oh, I wouldn't say it's not that rare in the winter to have cloudy days. We are one of the sunniest places in Canada. So yeah, we do actually have lots of sun in the wintertime. I think Estevan is the sunshine capital of Canada. Down in the southeast corner, it gets more sunny days, more sunny hours than anywhere else in the country. Ooh, again, I couldn't see the roughness there. Good view of the City Hall coming up. There's the old YMCA where I used to work out, but it's not a Y anymore. It's being turned into a health facility of some sort. Go this way this time. Hello, somebody else? Trying to read it. Oh, renew. Yes, downtown is where I'm headed. Or am already, depending on how you look at it. This part is actually called Transition, and City Centre, I think, is a lot north of Victoria, but it's all kind of downtown. It's just that this is still mostly old residential, although there's a lot of buildings, houses that have turned into businesses since the transition area name. And it's gone from single dwellings to more apartment buildings, but hasn't really changed that much in all the years I've been here. So it's been transitioning for a very long time. Salvation Army on the next corner over there. I'm going to go up this way so we can walk in front of the Frontenac, which I like. Oh. Almost tripped several times, but not quite. The second half of this later on, I'll be starting at the Cornwall Centre for the walk back. Somebody else. Ganga. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Just an excuse for me to walk. Keeps me exercising. Not exactly high exertion, but a lot better than not walking. There's the Frontenac, one of my favorite apartment buildings. I keep trying to remember if I've ever been in there, and I'm not sure I ever have. I sure do like the front of it. These kind of entrances. Over there is First Baptist. I'll cross here. Nobody's coming. And they aren't, so I will. And we'll get a good look at Victoria Avenue, which should look pretty with all the something going on down there. That looks like a fire engine. Last time I came by on Tuesday, the bells were ringing at Knoxmid as I walked by. That's Knoxmid there. Knox Metropolitan United Church.
Been poorly looked afterwards.
There you go. I used that for my thumbnail last time against a blue sky. And then First Baptist here at the front of it. And Victoria Park over there. Hoarfrost is kind of hiding the taller buildings behind it. You can see them poking up a bit there. The tallest building in Regina is only about 20 stories, so. We don't have enormous skyscrapers. It's very pretty. There's the Land Titles building, once upon a time, and now Centre for Culture, Sport and Recreation, and home to the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame. There you can see the downtown towers. And coming up over here, the Hotel Saskatchewan, where I will be going in for lunch and to work for a while before I go down to the Cornwall Centre to get my pills and do the second half of this walk home from there. So, looking down Cornwall. They keep their sidewalks nicely cleared here, but not along the parking lot for some reason. There we go. this is where I will stop. So, thanks for walking with me, and I'll be back in a couple of hours. Hello, it is still December the 5th. I'm inside the SGI building. See, SGI. Get your license over there if you want. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm just leaving to head home. A slightly different path than I usually take. This is kind of bus central here. Somebody was asking me yesterday if we had public transportation, and yes, we do. And here it is. Let's make sure I'm focused off in the distance somewhere, not up close because I was inside. I might have unfocused. Quite windy. Still about minus 12, so not bitterly cold, but cold enough I decided to put my hood up. Coming this way to begin with. I think I'll walk down 11th here, because I don't very often. Office buildings there. This used to be a fur storage place, but that was a long time ago now. It's a very old Chinese restaurant over there. It's been there forever. The Cure Kitchen and Bar. Been in there once. It was nice enough. It's not a place I ever think of, though. Don't know why. It's just not one that I normally think of. Vintage record store. Vintage vinyl. It's been there a long time, too. And Hemp Emporium. That used to be kind of wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more. But of course now cannabis is legal, so that's a call center over there, I think. That's that bus turned when it actually shouldn't have. Clothing store here. My daughter's bought clothes in there a few times. What else we got along here? It changes over time. This is the Tiki Room. Also closed. Mortis and Tinian. I don't even know what that is. I didn't know it existed. Looks like gifts of various sorts. Culture Grooming Lounge. I don't need to be groomed. I guess it's a barber shop basically. Beauty shop. Actual cannabis store. There used to be something there. Now it's just a wall. I don't remember what was there, and I don't know how long it's been like that. A little attention I pay. This is kind of a senior's apartment building, condo building. I still think of it as fairly new, but it's not that new. That's a tattoo parlor. It used to be a medical place over there. This office building has changed color, but at one point it had the Saskatchewan Writers Guild in it. In fact, I think the first time I did the 24-hour playwriting competition, it was in here. I was doing a show at the same time, but I still play second or third. Even though I really only spent about 8 hours at it, not 24. I can write fast when I want to. And I'm going to have to, because I actually do have a play to write this month, so I'll be getting on that this week, or next week anyway, maybe not this week. This is now an office building, but at one point there was when I first moved up here, we had a movie theater on this corner. I missed that movie theater because it was the handiest. Saw quite a few movies there. Once upon a time, at one point there was a coffee shop in that corner, very pretentious kind of beatnikish place back when that was just starting up. I mean, literally, it looked like something out of the 50s with people in goatees and black turtlenecks and stuff. I'll walk down this side. I never walked down this side of Albert Street, so I will today. See, there's still lots of nice hoarfrost around. Used to be that's where you went for your passport, but as it happens, I do have to get my passport renewed, and my first appointment I could get was March 1st. And it's not there, it's over on Hamilton Street, so they've moved since the last time I got passport renewed. This was a tattoo parlor at one point. Now it seems to be discount furniture. Discount something, anyway. This Midas Auto place has been here forever. So I don't know what all's in that building now. Long time ago, there was a gelato place down in the corner. The first time I had gelato might have been here. Lots of doctor's offices in this one. I've been in there a few times for this and that. Cooperators over there in that corner. Insurance company. Apparently there's a hair place here too. The pharmacy's been there a long time. There was a truck full of snow. Snow clearing somewhere has been going on, clearly. So I'm going to hit this just about perfectly. There's probably a left turn signal before I can walk. But should only be a moment. That'll be my turn. So there's City Hall. That will take you back downtown. And it's still snowing a little bit. There's my light. Look at City Hall there, all that self. Vietnamese restaurant here. I can't say too much about it. I ate there once and got sick. I don't know that it was their fault, but you tend to associate those things with whatever you last ate. So I haven't had much urge to go back. The food was good though, so it's probably a shame we don't give it another chance. But you know, it was actually quite nice. So probably had nothing to do with it, but when you get sick, it was like I was in Chicago and got sick after having deep dish pizza. I've always thought it was the pizza, except nobody else who was with me got sick and they all ate the same thing, so probably had nothing to do with that. This is our dry cleaners here, Greg's. It's been here forever, you can tell from the building. And next to it is this big empty lot, which used to have the Plains Hotel on it. And they tore that down. We're going to build the tallest building in Saskatchewan right here. Condos, hotel. They dug the hole and it stalled. And for several years it was just a hole. And then eventually they filled in the hole. So it's now just been an empty lot now for years. It's kind of annoying. Oh, I might make this light if I pick up the pace. Don't know how long it stays green. It should stay quite a while here on Alberts and Victoria, so I should make it across. No problemo. Esso station. Probably a good opportunity to cross though, because it'll change in a minute. So I might as well go down the other side. Well, I don't know. Should I walk down Angus for a change? Maybe. Get off of Albert. It's always more fun to walk where it's not trafficy. Oh, I thought it would change faster than that. I don't know. There it goes. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then there'll be a left turn signal, I'm sure. Which I'll have to wait for. And then it'll be my turn. See some more nice hoarfrost down Victoria Avenue here. An old apartment building here that's now part of the Viterra, which used to be the Saskatchewan wheat pool. Has some nice terracotta figures on it, even some gargoyles if you look up high enough. It's kind of see them way up there, but not very well from down here. That's a credit union building over there. Bakery and deli in here. Been in there a couple of times. I just don't know if it's changed from what it was last time I was in there, which I think was for my niece's wedding reception. Now we're on Angus Street. What time is it? I'm going to get home and make myself some coffee. That's what I'm going to do. Probably carry on editing. I'm editing a book called The Ghosts of Spiritwood, which is an English translation. So this will be the first English edition of a French, I'd call it a novella at the length. It's only about 20,000 words, even a bit less. That was published by, what's it called? The Nouvelle de Plume, French language publisher here in Saskatchewan, Martine Noël-Ma, who I know quite well. Translated it herself, and so I'm going to bring out the first English edition of it, which is exciting. But I'm editing it, even though it's 2 books away, I think, publication time-wise. I need to get a PDF of it to Prairie Books Now, because they're interested in possibly reviewing it, I think. So that's what I've been working on today. Because the writing I need to do, I couldn't do very well from not being at home. Tomorrow I hope to get cracking more on my own writing projects again. I think I'm going to have to mostly work on them at home because they have associated materials I need to be able to spread out on a desk. I guess that's the way to put that. Associated materials, research materials, and such like. Yeah, can I cross here, or do I need to go down where there's a crosswalk? I think I can do it here. We'll carry on down Angus, which will connect directly to Angus Crescent and home. More badly cleared sidewalks. I actually need to scrape ours again. Although with any luck, it's going to get up in the next couple of weeks. It's not supposed to get above freezing, but it's supposed to get close to freezing. So, especially if I put some salt down, I might be able to clear things up pretty good sometime in the next couple of weeks before the next major snowfall. What tends to happen is you don't get big snowfalls, but you just get this little bit of snow frequently. And it's like, do I bother clearing the sidewalk? But if you don't, it starts to pack down, and next thing you know, it's like this. Although this could have been cleared better than it is, for sure. This one's not too bad, but some of them you can tell that the people haven't bothered too much, whoever owns the buildings. I might do a quick scrape as soon as we get back, even though it's still snowing a little bit, because it's really not very much snow. Also hard to tell what's snow and what's just hoarfrost falling off the trees. Not that it makes any difference to the sidewalk. I had an accident at this corner once, so I'm always very careful here. This is the Dragon's Nest, I think it's called. It's a bed and breakfast. Those are pretty new over there. All the old houses on this side. Part of the building that used to be there had a fire, major fire, and got torn down and rebuilt with these new ones. After that, oh, really? I don't think anybody's bothered to clear their sidewalks along here. They're awful. There is a bylaw, but I don't think they're enforcing it. Although at this point, once it's this beaten down, there's no good way to clear them. This one's okay. People will do their sidewalk out to the street, but don't bother to do the little bit of the sidewalk that's in front of their house. And I don't get that. Oh, I'm getting warm. I can take my hood down. The apartment buildings over there look like they've cleared theirs pretty well, but people along here aren't bothered. I think I'll go down here just to be different. Whoa! Very, very slick, but a better sidewalk here. It's a place for rent if you're looking. And they clear their sidewalk, so that should be a point in their favor. Is there school today? Is school back in session? Might be. Looks like it must be. These look like kids coming home from school. I think it shouldn't have started yet because my daughter's not in school, but she's a university student, so she goes back on Sunday to Toronto, and then classes resume after that, including an outdoor education program. So she'll be camping, winter camping. Shortly after she gets back. Pretty, isn't it? Oh, I wish people would clear their sidewalks, though. So all these kids are coming from Davin School over here. I have two choices. I can go down that way, or I can go down this way. I'm going to go this way because I don't normally go this way. Also, there's a crosswalk here. Look up College Avenue there. There's the school. Which hasn't done all that great a job. That'd be the city, I guess, or the school board. Hasn't really cleared this sidewalk very well either. Yeah, they call it the Crescent School, but it's Davin School. Over there. That's the school my daughter went to. And her daycare was in there too, because there was an after-school daycare called the Dragon's Den. I presume it still is. And she went there till she was 10 or something. And then she started coming home. She could walk on her own. Somewhere along in there, we made that change. And she was here through grade 8, and then off to Luther College High School for 4 years, and now she's been in university for almost 4 years, 3.5 years. So time does pass. Playground over here, full of kids. This is fairly well cleared. I think the city does this one. Might be the school board, but I'm not sure. They're waiting for the school bus. Oh, hello, Stefan. think. Is that Stefan? Yes. Yes, it is amazing. Well, it actually goes by at the same time it's always gone by, but the older you get, the faster it seems to go by, which is really annoying because the older you get, the more you'd like it to stretch out. 20 years ago, it doesn't seem like much, and 20 years from now, I'll be quite elderly, so you don't want that time to go fast, but it does. Tick, tick, tick. Tick, 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 tick. We'll stop here at this intersection, which will be corner of Retallick and Angus Crescent. And that will be the end of part 2. If you watched it live, if you're watching the replay, I will have spliced them together to make a single file. So, thanks for walking with me on another quite lovely wintry day. Tomorrow, I should be going around the lake. That's the tentative plan, so I'll see you then.